Hello and welcome, Adam Thomas from Balancing Touch Reflexology. So great to see you and thanks for joining me. In this video, we're going to talk about my favorite oil, and that favorite oil is sesame oil. And I want to talk about the properties of it, and I also want to show you how you can cure it and so it doesn't, go rancid or start smelling bad after a couple months, right? So before I take you to my kitchen and show you how to cure sesame oil, I just want to talk about why it is my favorite oil. And there's a couple of reasons. So if we look into the Ayurvedic tradition, this is the go-to oil for doing daily massage. It's really great for pacifying something called a Vata dosha. The doshas are basically like different elements, like you have, fire, wind, earth, water, ether, and that sort of thing. But Vata is the element of wind. So right now we're in December and it's cold and it's windy, and you'll notice that everything kind of gets dry. And so in our bodies, the Vata element is responsible for movement in our body, right? For example, like if we have thoughts and we can't shut off our brain, there's lots of like mental movement going on. And so wind also has to do with, dryness, so dry skin. Sesame oil is going to help with that incredibly, right? Because it pacifies the Vata, which is basically the wind element. So some other reasons why sesame oil is so great is because there's basically three main properties that just make this oil amazing. And one of them being it's antibacterial, right? And so it's really great that way. Anti-inflammatory, huge one. Also goes along with antioxidant properties. And so if you look at the trends in diets and stuff lately, and that's basically what we're trying to do. We're trying to lower the inflammation in our body, because we know now that inflammation causes a lot of issues in our body, right? So right now there's lots of trends on drinking, waters that are high in pH levels, right? And, low in acid, because we're starting to find that a lot of our diets and the way that we've been living our lives are create a lot of acidity in the body, right? And so now we try and combat that with adding in, anti-inflammatory diets, right? One of the things that I want to share with you today, which I think is a really great tip, and that is basically how to extend the life of sesame oil. And so I want to take you to the kitchen right now and show you a simple little process of how to cure it. First of all, the sesame oil that you want to get is not the stuff that you might be thinking about on the, you go to your local Asian store and it's the roasted kind that, you don't want to smell like a restaurant after you've, put this on. So the oils that I have here, what you want to look for is make sure that it's unrefined, okay? And if you can get some organic, that's even better, right? So this one here I found is organic sesame oil and expeller pressed and unrefined. So basically unrefined. And if you can see here, well, it's in a colored bottle, but it's clear, right? It's clear. And it doesn't smell, like here, have a sniff. You can't, but it doesn't smell like a restaurant, right? An Asian restaurant. It smells very, a nice smell. It has a little bit of a sort of earthy, nutty smell to it, but nothing that's super overpowering or anything like that. So really great. So anyway, that's what you need to look for, is the unrefined. Make sure it's not the stuff that's already been processed as far as roasted, right? So you want to make sure that it's a clear color. You can kind of see it better in this bottle here, right? So anyway. So let's go take a look at the kitchen and I'll show you how to extend the life on sesame oil. So to cure the sesame oil, you want to turn the stove to be about medium heat. I put mine a little bit over, so I have a dial of 10 and I put it at 5.5. And then you just want to empty the bottle into the pot. And then you're going to wait. So for me, this took about 15 minutes. So you need to be patient with it because you don't want to burn it. You can see here that all the bubbles have disappeared and now it's kind of clear, and you can see movement at the bottom there, and that's what you're looking for. And it's almost done because now you can see wisps of smoke coming up. So as soon as you see these little, traces of almost steam, you want to remove it from the heat because you don't want to burn it. And the whole room is starting to smell like sesame oil, like you can really start to smell that. So it's good to use like your fan if you have one above the stove. Also, I like to just put mine outside to cool down because you're done. It's a simple process. That's all you need to do, but just be very careful to not, bring it past the point of boiling, because then you'll actually destroy a lot of the, properties that make sesame oil so wonderful, right? And so then I would, let it sit for a couple hours outside, wait till it's, cooled down. And then I just put it right back into the bottle that it came in, right? This way, I know it's gonna fit in that bottle. And this way you can store it and, use it whenever you need it. So again, it's really important to make sure that you do not boil it. So just make sure that you're there watching it, and as soon as that smoke starts happening, you're done. It's pretty simple to cure this oil to make it last way longer. And mine has lasted a couple years and it still doesn't smell bad, and that's really great, right? Another thing to be aware of too is anytime you are using oils or creams or anything that you're going to be applying to the body, it's very good to check in with the client to see if there's any allergies related to any type of products that you're going to be putting on the body, right? Because this is, it should be common sense, but it's really great to just check in. And another great thing about sesame oil is it's very low on the list of what people are allergic to. Give it a try. Happy to share this with you, and yeah, if there's any other oils that you prefer, I'd love to hear about that. What oils you use and what kind of creams you use in your session. I'd love to see what you're into. I'm into this, wanted to share it with you. So until next time, I will catch you later. Bye-bye. Let me know what you thought of this video by leaving a comment below. Any type of feedback can be useful. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. And if you found it useful, feel free to share it with anybody who might be interested. Make sure that you have subscribed to this channel if you haven't already. And make sure that you hit, or better yet, step on that bell icon so you know when the next video is coming out. And if you have some more time, why don't you check out some other videos? Till next time, this is Adam Thomas from balancingtouch.ca.